Double O.
Champion.
STAKK Nation. Welcome back to the channel. It's another beautiful day. And today, somebody's getting sued.
Sued.
You know who's getting sued?
Big time. Hey, Coinbase.
Coinbase is getting
Not a
sued.
surprise.
Man.
Not a surprise.
It's about time. You know, let me whip you with a little backstory, man. Back when we went to Bitcoin Miami, right? Is it Bitcoin 22? We ran into a gentleman by the name of Mr. Reggie Middleton. He gave me one of his Veritaseum coins. Okay. And he said, yes, man. Because, you know, I had been following the situation, man. This guy, first of all, the SEC stepped on his neck while he was doing the same thing that XRP was doing. Right? XRP has still been allowed to leave. They've been going back and forth. It's just really, I'm just giving you like high level rundown of the whole situation, right? You know, this thing is all, it's all public info. You can go on the internet and find it yourself. Just look up Reggie Middleton. But this brother was taken down, man. You understand? And you know, there's always this history of black people getting things and then they're pushed to the background. This is one of my main interests as to why I think it's important for us.
Nobody talks about the lots of black female mathematician that got us to the moon.
Yes. And so if Mr. Middleton here contributed any sort of efforts into the crypto space, especially something as significant as this here, because it's not even a speculation thing. He was granted the patents to these things. So why would Coinbase, you know what I mean? And so why would Coinbase try to ignore him when he approaches them? Which, by the way, Mr. Middleton, I message you, but you know, why did you give me the coin if you not replied to my message on Twitter? He said I should message him. I've messaged him, he has not replied. So if for some weird stroke of luck he watches this video, sir, please just go and reply to my message. That's all I'm saying. We want to interview you. Bottom line. That's the end of the story. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyway, let's jump into this thing here, man. Veritaseum sued Coinbase over patent infringement. $350 million for settlement. They should have increased it even. Okay. Coinbase gets into trouble with another lawsuit because they're always getting into trouble. Yep. Okay. More legal issues coming their way. A blockchain fintech software company in New York, Veritaseum Capital LLC, sued the crypto exchange for infringing its patent transfer technology for several exchange services. Reggie has been on like TV like since when? Back when Max Kaiser was still on the news. They were doing RT or something like that, right? And he's been talking about these things. Reggie Middleton, the founder of... He is an ex-banker. So the founder of Veritaseum filed the patent infringement case against Coinbase in Delaware federal court on Thursday. He alleged that Coinbase had used his patents developed for secure digital transactions in its pay, cloud service, wallet, website, and app. Talk about plunder. The plaintiff highlighted in the case that the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office awarded him these patents in question in 2021. The recently filed complaint reads that Mr. Middleton here has invented novel devices, systems, and methods enabling parties with little trust or no trust in each other to enter and enforce value transfer agreements conditioned on input from, what is that? Jeez, I totally wrecked that one. Condition on inputs from or participation of a third party over arbitrary distances without special technical knowledge of the underlying transfer mechanism, and was awarded a patent by the U.S. Patent Trademark Office. That's the patent situation there. So Mr. Middleton and his team had reached out to Coinbase to resolve this situation without a legal battle, but of course Coinbase
too big.
Yes, they ignored him and all of that stuff. It is what it is, right? If you only respond to lawsuit, then lawsuit should be the way that is handled to get your attention. I think that it is important. I think we should follow this thing, man. I would like to see where it goes. Your thoughts on this, Double Up?
Like you said in the beginning of this whole conversation, there's been time and time over again where people of our color. We're not trying to make this a race thing, but it's just been repeated
No,
over and
bro, I'm
over
even
again.
tired of saying that we don't want to make this a race thing because it is a race thing.
Okay,
It is a
let's
race. It is
go.
exactly why the things happen.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And we just live like in this environment now where like the main things you're supposed to be talking about that affect your life so much, people want to say it's a taboo to talk about it in public. Listen, when I was growing up, bro, people sat around a table and argued about politics for days, bro, and they were not enemies. They still got up the next day and moved on like normal human beings. You have to talk about finances because these are the things that affect your life. People don't want to talk about finances. People want to ask people about their finances, but people want you to be rich. How are you going to do that if you do not discuss finances and put out the issues out in public? How are you gonna handle sexism, right? How come we can all talk about equality for gay people, right?
Okay,
we're not saying that, right? But it's blasted on TV all day long, but we cannot talk about racism. Isn't it the same concept?
Yeah, it was so vivid during the Bitcoin Miami show as well. The black people that they brought on stage were not professional experts in the field. They were just sports people, like sport people that knew nothing about Bitcoin. And I was like, this makes us look really terrible. But then you have somebody like, Reggie that can talk days about this. It wasn't even invited to the show. It was on the ground.
Here's the thing, man. I think I'm not saying that black people need to have like some sort of a special, affirmative action and stuff like that or give. What I'm saying is
you don't need that. Yeah.
Listen, man. If there's a black person in this space and they're doing something as incredible as this, they should be able to have a fair shake of coverage, right? And discussions about their efforts as well.
Yeah.
You understand? That's all it is. Because that is where the issue starts coming in. When there's a resistance to someone that is equally credible. And the resistance does not make sense. You know what I mean?
And that's just part of what we're trying to do is give that, a space and support that. Because we are also responsible for that as black people in the space. Is that we need to promote and support one another.
Yeah.
I think that helps as well.
That is
our small audiences. Yeah.
I agree with that as well, because I think that that's also the other part. Because ultimately, for the black community, it's in our hands to push our mission, to push our own agenda. So when black people sit around and are beefing with each other, that it's stupid.
Yeah.
When you don't take the time out to give coverage to other black people that are making efforts out there, it's not, you're kind of not helping the situation. In the sense that, and I'm not saying that everyone has to do it. No one owes anyone anything. But at the same time, there are things that happen to us that maybe people may not understand it, but we all know we feel it.
Yeah, we all do.
Right?
Whatever's happened to Reggie right now could happen to us. Because actually, it already happened to us.
It's happened to us already.
We're out here blasting videos, providing educational materials, getting the information out to the audience. People are reaching out to us. We're educating people.
Bro.
We're not even getting the time of the day. Whereas someone that just comes out of nowhere, that does not even spend hours and hours on it, is getting interview time and the audience. And I'm like, where is this coming from?
Bro, this is how. Yeah, it's kind of like just to give an example of what you're talking about there. What's this guy's name? Kevin O'Leary. Bro, when did that guy learn about Bitcoin to the point where he's like stepping out?
He just learned about it. Just last year? That I've been saying is freaking fraud forever.
Listen, man, you know that this stuff is it's a problem because this is not the first time. Okay, even when I have one of my uncles and he does business back home and stuff like that, and I've known of multiple situations where they're like, oh yeah, make sure that there's a white guy in the room because these other people will listen to a white guy, but they will not listen to you who has put in all the work, all the research, and you're coming to them with credible information. But they literally said, yeah, bring a white guy too because these guys will be more convinced if it's a white guy saying it. That speaks volumes of something.
So we are here wishing Reggie good luck, man, on this case.
Yes, man.
We hope he wins. And it's not just Coinbase. I think he needs to go for Binance and the rest of them. This guy literally defined or created, the ability for us to exchange. Like basically, he created NASDAQ of crypto.
Yeah.
and DeFi, and they shut him down, but give
I-
everybody
I-
else a green light.
I'll put it this way as well. I don't agree with him on everything. You
Yeah,
understand?
true,
Because the scope of the pattern itself
It's
it's
huge.
wild,
It
and
covers
that is
everything.
where I have some issues because
But Google, wait a second, Google does the same thing, and they win every single case.
true, they do the same thing. They win everything. But I'm saying like because he technically in some ways he would say his pattern covers Bitcoin, and that's where I'm like,
No.
yes,
Its patent was after Bitcoin though.
yes, the pattern was extra Bitcoin, but at the same time his patent can be effective because wherever Bitcoin was not patented, so it was just out there.
Yeah.
Yes. But
Bitcoin is
that's
not
something
even
I'd
yet
like to
patented,
discuss with
so-
him and have a better understanding, you know?
Yeah.
So, hey, it is what it is. Any final thoughts, sir? Let's close this one out.
Hey man, I think it's the community supporting one another. We're over here just bringing out this topic about Reggie, just so that people know about it. We wish him luck, and if you're here watching us, we're also telling you guys to support us. Check us out at STAKK on YouTube, STAKK Fiend at Twitter, STAKK Fiend on Facebook,
STAKK Fiend, boy.
STAKK Fiend on
STAKK Fiend all
Instagram,
day.
and of
Yes,
course
sir.
we're on Spotify. STAKK baby.
Everywhere.
Cool.
Well, until next time then, ladies and gentlemen, let us know what are your thoughts, man. Maybe we were completely wrong in how we're viewing this, but that's what the comment section is for, man. We want to discuss it
Put us on
there. Maybe we
blast.
can find a middle. Yeah, definitely put us on blast, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's where we excel. You know what I mean?
We were doing a lot of that last night. We were trying to educate basically, you know what? All of yesterday was us getting the word out.
Man, it was beautiful.
All morning through night.
Listen, there is this concept of progressive overload. Okay.
Yeah.
Long periods of effort followed by short periods of rest
Yeah.
equals to growth. You understand?
Yeah.
And this is why I say taking a break is always very helpful, man. Because every time you
Yeah.
take a break and you come back to what you're doing, you become better at it. It gives your mind room to breathe and
Extend.
allow for space for,
Yeah.
my previous business, progressive overload. That's what the name was. That's what it was all about.
But to progressively overload STAKK now.
Come on now, we're in there. We're in progress. Loading every day. It only gets better. Well, that's it. Did we already say goodbyes? Or what? Well, until next time. Brazen out. There we go.
Double.